Hey everyone, Jeff here with a clear-eyed look at XRP's current momentum and what it could mean for long-term planning. As of November 10th, 2025, XRP sits at $2.55 after a 7.69% weekend move. Volume is up 40%, and the community is actively discussing technical patterns and adoption milestones. In the next hour, we'll walk through a straightforward retirement planning framework using public data, analyst commentary from X Today, and basic math. But first, a quick note from Paul Barron that just crossed 990 likes. Liquidity conditions are shifting fast. Let's break it down step by step. Important disclaimer: this is not financial advice. Markets are volatile. Always conduct your own research, consult licensed professionals, and only use capital you can afford to lose. We're exploring hypothetical scenarios based on openly available information. Retirement planning starts with one simple question: how much annual income do you want, adjusted for inflation? The widely referenced 4% safe withdrawal rule says multiply that number by 25 to find the total portfolio size needed. Example: $80,000 per year times 25 equals $2 million portfolio. At today's $2.55 price, that equates to roughly 784,000 XRP. The key variable is future price, so let's examine the factors driving today's conversation. Technical context first. @skipper_XRP shared a Bollinger Band analysis with 123 likes. Bands are squeezing, historically preceding a 53% move, targeting $3.48 in the near term. Pair that with on-chain volume spikes and you see why traders are paying attention. Institutional angle. ETF filings from Bitwise and Grayscale are scheduled for auto-effectiveness on November 13th per public SEC timelines. At Morris Mark 41498 noted potential initial AUM of $200 million, which could support a move toward $5 if inflows scale. That same post highlights ISO 2022 compliance, a messaging standard many global banks are adopting for cross-border efficiency. Utility layer. Over 300 financial institutions already use RippleNet for settlement, processing more than $30 billion annually. RLUSD, Ripple's stablecoin, recently crossed $500 million in liquidity. These are measurable adoption markers, not speculation. Now let's run scenarios using today's X commentary as reference points. Conservative case: $5 by year end, aligned with multiple ETF inflow estimates. $2 million goal divided by $5 equals 400,000 XRP. Moderate case: $10 on broader institutional volume. $2 million divided by $10 equals 200,000 XRP. Optimistic case: $20 with tokenization of real-world assets. $2 million divided by $20 equals 100,000 XRP. Smaller starting point: $10,000 today buys approximately 3,922 XRP. At $10, that's $39,220. At $20, $78,440. These are illustrative calculations. Actual outcomes depend on market conditions. Community sentiment check. At XRP_Avengers compiled analyst ranges from $10 to higher long-term figures, citing reserve currency pilots and tokenized real estate. At Jeremy versus Jeremy pointed to RLUSD scaling toward $1 billion as a volume catalyst. These posts reflect ongoing discussion, not guarantees. Addressing common questions. Is it too late? Accumulation strategies like dollar cost averaging remain available at current levels. What about risk? Regulatory clarity improved in 2023. Remaining variables include adoption pace and macro liquidity. Why XRP specifically? Fixed supply, 100 billion total, 55 billion circulating, and sub-penny settlement costs differentiate it for high-volume use cases. Synthesis. For a $60,000 to $100,000 annual income goal, today's data suggests 75,000 to 250,000 XRP could align with $8 to $20 price ranges discussed across high-engagement X threads. That's $191,250 to $637,500 at $2.55, within reach for disciplined long-term planners. Recap of observable drivers: $2.55 price, 40% volume increase, November 13th ETF timeline, ISO 2022 rollout, RLUSD liquidity growth, 300 plus live integrations. These are the building blocks the community is tracking. If this framework helped clarify your thinking, hit like to support more breakdowns. Drop a comment. What annual income are you modeling, and what price range feels realistic to you? Subscribe for weekly updates grounded in public data. Share with anyone exploring the same questions. We're all learning together. Jeff out. Stay informed. Stay patient.